You gonna have it? Got you, my man. You ready to dive in? True. What is up, and welcome back to another episode of the Miseducation of Music. You are here with J-Treb as always, but today I got a special guest in the building, man. Flex Sinatra, what's up, my man?
What's the word, my boy?
Man, how you been? You got a new project out right now, man. We've been talking for a while, but I've never actually met you in person and never got to sit down with you, so I'm glad we got to sit down.
Yeah, we overdue. I'm fresh off the release of the Beyond Measure lick, the 7-song EP I just dropped.
Man, that was a nice little present at the separation too. After you hit us with that crazy project for 2020,
yeah.
But like, man, I want to dive in because on my show I like to ask the questions that it's not going to be the regular questions everybody else asking.
Please don't.
So I mean, look, let me give you a little introduction, man. This is a rapper right here, man. When I tell you, like, everybody in the city is playing your stuff right now. I went to record a podcast for somebody. I was like on a job. And they was playing your music on the TV the whole time. Yeah. I'm talking just the videos running the whole time. And I was like, man, this is really like taking over right now. And your videos go crazy as well, man. And also, this is the man who dropped the same day as Herb for that Separation project. We're not going to let nobody forget, man. That was crazy. That was so dope. Yeah. And I mean, like, dude, you got so much crazy music. How did you get started in this? How did you get started in the music? Was it a love from a young age? Was it something where you were just like, let me try it today?
My whole life I never wrote not one rap until I started, right? Which
Man.
was at the age of 18.
So you didn't even, it wasn't like, was it in the studio the first time you tried it?
No, it was from being with my homie, like my right hand man. You know what I'm saying? Like just from being around the same. Whatever you niggas end up smoking because they friends smoke.
Yeah, something like that. So it's like, hey, some people around you rapping.
The company you keep, you feel me, might motherfucking influence you to end up, you know what I'm saying, doing some of the things they do, picking up on some of their shit. And my homie Pete, he was rapping like day one, sixth grade.
So is your homie still a rapper now?
Nope. Nah.
What is he doing now?
You familiar with Pee Wee the Plug?
Okay, so that's who you talking about. I didn't know that's what he was talking about.
I know you know him.
So
for
no,
sure, so
I know him because,
like
and I was just talking with Ro about this right before we started. I didn't know that was your homie from like young age.
Yeah,
I didn't know y'all knew each other that long.
Grade,
yeah. So my homie works for House of Highlights, and he's the producer for the Through the Wire show.
Small
world, bro.
I didn't know that.
I was just up there down this grove.
That's time.
So that's crazy. Okay, so it's Pierre.
So P been rapping. P was rapping before all these niggas. Mm-hmm. Rapping became popular at a certain, I don't know if that's just like 4-5 years ago, but everybody.
It was like that 2015, 2016. Yeah. Everybody could be an artist on SoundCloud time.
Exactly. It became real easy to put music out, so a lot of niggas just started tamper with it. But P been rapping since the day I met that nigga. Since we was kids.
That's why he be popping up on all the features on all the Rich projects.
When he rap now and then, he rap when he feel like it now because you know what I'm saying. He got a real love for that shit.
Yeah, so man. I heard Adam like pulled up on him at the studio and he threw a verse down.
Yeah, P fuck around and he could randomly be writing a motherfucking song today. He's so busy in the sports world that he can't. He not on rapper time, but he gonna always rap like when he feel like it.
True, man. Well, that's what's up. So
yeah, P got me to rap. P introduced me to just being around him. Like I just ended up writing a verse with the nigga one day.
And it was just like I gotta keep doing it now.
And it was like I don't know if this shit good or not, but we put it out and the feedback was good at school and shit.
Got you. So you put this out. The feedback was good.
I'm like, okay. That shit boosted my confidence. It gave me a little confidence. I'm like, I could do something.
He was like, okay, let me do something. Now, what was the moment where you felt like you was going to, bet on yourself with it? Because, I mean, now you're a bona fide artist. This ain't just drop something out for school, you know?
I say it took like about somewhere between a year to 2 years. Well, I was still. I'm like, all right, motherfuckers giving me good feedback and all that. Like, I'm developing a little confidence, but I didn't have enough confidence to like really know that I'm on this for real. To like maybe like a year, so I really felt like.
Got you.
Like
so that year was about getting the writing together, trying to figure out where you were going to go with it.
Just trying to find my footing. Like I'm brand new to this shit, but I had like I don't know. I found out instantly that I'm like, I got like a natural little gift for this.
I can do this a little bit. Yeah, I got a little rapper voice.
Yeah. That too. I was nervous about my voice, all type of shit, and I ended up being a strong suit. So it's just ironic little shit like that.
It all just came together.
It came together. It ended up working. So here we are.
Okay, so what kind of music was in the headphones at that time? Was it influencing the type of raps you were writing?
Yeah, man. Me and Pete talk about that shit all the time. The hardest part about I'm envious of all of the rappers that very few, like not many people can say this, but some people come in, like my homie BG, Boss Gray, he got like, the day he started rapping, he had a sound. Badass. Lil Swerve, one of my other homies.
Just the
he
sound
got a
was
sound
there
like he got his own.
immediately.
Some people got their own thing from the day
and
they
they're
start.
not emulating something that they already heard.
Yeah, subconsciously, most people are gonna sound like, if you start rapping today, you probably gonna sound like the album that you've been listening to mostly.
Exactly, you're gonna
It's
copy that flow.
natural.
If you listening to Kendrick all day, you listen to Cole all day. Of course,
I
it's
was
gonna
switching
come out.
between, man. It was a point where we was rapping like motherfucking our Future at a point, real shit.
Y'all had some cherry bomb vibes going.
Some shit that I never let nobody hear. It never came out, but I was all over the place when I first started. I just didn't have an identity yet, you know. But eventually, you get through that by working through it.
How were you? What album did you get to that point? Like, what was the project of the album where you were like, oh man, like you heard it back before the release?
And when I had my own sound type shit, by the time I put my first EP together, cause I was just coming in, I came in with singles, and then I did my first EP, Project Flex. I had my own sound by then. It didn't take too long, but like.
And what was the floating around with production around that time? Like, what was the YouTube search? Like, what type beat?
Man, who wasn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you was just anything. Yeah, you was going, whatever type beat you could find.
Me and P used to be on SoundClick. You remember SoundClick?
Yes.
Yeah, you ain't even have to search nothing. That was before
it's just here you go.
Yeah.
Here's some sounds.
They had to
Try
type
something.
beats for you, so we used to just like shuffle them bitches, just click through that shit and whatever sound good. We
just leave that one on. I got a 16 ready.
Yeah, straight up.
That's nice, man. Okay, so freestyling into the creating of the project, finding your own sound. Now we get up to the time period where I feel everybody now is knowing who you are in the city. You know, what do you think was the track that made that happen, or the collaboration, the project? What made it happen that made you go through the streets with it? You know,
Project Flex was my first project period, but it was an EP. My first full-length project was called Hard to Be Humble, which was about a year later. Maybe the same year, I don't know. It was in it was about a year later. I think
was that
Project
2016?
Flex 2015.
Yeah, and then 2016. That's the one with the album cover with the
black and red, the hood on. And basically on that was the song that introduced me to a lot of people.
That track.
Yeah. It's the track that won't die. Like that shit to this day.
How do you feel about that track? I always want to ask people about those tracks that, it seems the fan base is not going to let go of.
Artists typically hate like their most popular song, and I'm right in that same boat.
You in the same boat?
Yeah, it's just such an older version of myself. It's just like I know I see how far I came, and I can't listen back to my old music and just enjoy it like a fan. That shit just sound like it's such a premature
it's a piece of you as well. So it's almost like
for sure. I don't hate it, but like I'm not. But
you know that you're not that same.
I'm just
person.
so much better now. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you had to make a set list, you wouldn't quite put it in there like that.
I gotta put it in the set list
to
perform, just because you gotta perform with the people on here, not just what you on here. But if it was up to me, I would never perform that shit. That shit still go up at the shows, like.
And it's like you could drop it and it would be fine.
The motherfucking the Back Outside tour we did with, not tour, the show we did with Illinois. This shit, that song damn near got the best reception. I'm like, this shit crazy. Yeah, that shit,
I didn't know it was still rocking that hard. Now I know that it's been rocking, but
that shit is on my. If I check my Apple Music,
is it still up there?
That shit like monthly. Like I just debunked it. Like Issue just became my most stream song. A month above. Basically, like people do not get tired of that song. I don't understand.
Now, does that have any fear attached to it? That's kind of a deeper question, but like with that track being as popular as it is, like are you afraid they're going to stick to that track for too long, or
it's not? I mean, if they like it, I love it. It's fine.
So you'll just keep rocking it.
Run that bitch up, yeah. That bitch running my streaming up. That shit helping my numbers. So for sure, I wouldn't take it off my shit. I just don't want to.
Yeah, and I guess from the standpoint of like, you know like if you was 10 years in the future,
it's definitely working in my favor though, for sure. You know what I'm saying? When I see my monthly my monthly listener count is at on Spotify, that shit is largely because of basically. For sure.
Hey man, well look, if the song keep going, like let it keep going. I'm with that.
Rock. I ain't gonna kill it. It'll die when it die. I ain't tripping.
I'm with that, man.
Yeah.
Now I kind of want to dive a little bit into the recording process for Flex. Because I mean, you dropped a project in 2020 and you dropped a project now. Those are almost both, like right into the pandemic project, and then you got one right at the end of, outside opening back up. What was the process for the recording for you? Was it the same for both? Was it a different approach for each because they were in, different spaces?
They was from like Separation to Beyond Measure.
Yeah,
they was pretty similar actually. Like I recorded at the crib in 2018. I bought a home studio setup.
Gotcha.
And I started that's when I stopped writing and I started punching everything.
You had to make it whenever you were available.
Yeah, that shit that shit. I strongly encourage any artist to who's serious about this shit to definitely invest in a home studio. Definitely,
Just so it's at the
definitely
crib.
the best decision I ever made. Shit
It's
definitely
a great resource.
That shit cut my cost, my overhead down tremendously.
Because I mean, if you spend 6 hours in the studio, all you did was spend 6 hours of your own energy bill.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So when 2018 hit, that's when I stopped writing and I started punching everything. And my process has been the same ever since then. For Separation, me and Hayes, the difference, matter of fact, it is a difference between the two processes. Mm-hmm. Separation was all like via email. Was all so me in my room by myself. Okay. Yeah, this Beyond Measure was I did some of it by myself and some of it we actually started. I got the
That's
idea
crazy
to start
for the
linking back
time
up.
period though. Because it's almost like, man.
like about a year apart. Yeah. We never. I just realized recently the importance of like
being in the room with the person while you make the creation.
Yeah, that's some shit we just been kind of sleep on this whole time. Me and Hayes been working together for 5-6 years now, and everything we made together has never been. We just started making songs in the same room.
That's crazy because I mean, like, he was the executive producer for
Hard to Be Humble.
Yeah,
he would come to the studio. That's back when I would write music and then take it to the studio.
Okay,
book my studio time after I wrote the song. Mm-hmm. So Hayes would come.
So you wouldn't waste that money.
He would come. Yeah, exactly. You got to be efficient when you on the when you paying for that time. But He was at death for some of the Hard to Be Humble sessions. His footage of the shit and everything. We used to record some of that shit, but
that was just all like the time period.
We didn't create it together. I still made it at home. I'm just laying there right now. So that was the biggest difference between now and then. We trying to get under the same roof more.
Do you think that helps you obviously you said it helps the process, but do you think it like helped this project in the sense of like none of those songs would have sounded the same? Or?
Nah, it's just something about the energy of a collective being in a room together.
It's almost like hive mind.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's hard to explain, but it's just
it's like just feeling based.
Yeah, it's just different. It's a very different process. That and being in your room by yourself is two totally different vibes.
Exactly, and I mean you can catch the vibe in either space.
Bro. You feel like more of a. It feel like more of a team sport. It feel more fun. It's just better. We go to the studio. We all be busy, so we try to go in there. We try to I'm like, bro, like once a week we should be able to link.
Just everybody get together. Yeah. Now, when you get together for your sessions, what's the vibe got to be in the studio for Flex to get a track together? You got to have a beat first going on the speakers on loop, or you gotta have some candles lit. What's the vibe?
Nah, it usually be low lighting with the little bro be having the fluorescent lights and that. But that's not a requirement or nothing. But I do the same.
But you like the little vibe,
like the little blue light or some shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll do a little aesthetic.
Little aesthetic.
That shit ain't no requirement though. As long as it ain't like a bunch of niggas in the studio and.
So you don't like the vibe? Everybody just sitting around doing nothing.
I like to record in this type of setting like this. Like just how
like barely anybody in here.
Yeah, because y'all gonna have to be quiet when I'm punching anyway. I don't like going in the booth. I be having a mic.
And you got to tell people to shut up on the other side.
Yeah. It's just too much. If we was recording right now, if we was making music in this bitch, I would have a mic. I had a mic
just right there. Yeah, so you don't even got to really go into the booth with it.
Yeah, that's how I like to make music. Just
true.
Motherfucking sitting down in a pretty motherfucking damn near empty room, just, you know what I'm saying, just enough of us, just probably 3 to 5 motherfuckers, and some of them probably working. Jordan gonna be in there taking pictures and getting videos and shit.
Shout out Heavy But Light, man.
Producing. So don't be no many extra bodies, just be the people they need to be there. Maybe
everybody has a purpose in the room.
Yeah, you can come, bro. I'm not opposed to people coming to the studio, but like,
you just don't not have a reason to be here. Don't just be there taking up space. I'm
definitely not calling nobody like, hey, I'm going to the studio. I want to like,
hey, slide through with me. Yeah, it's not the vibe.
It's work time. We go to work. So that's what my sessions like. They real like we try to be efficient.
Now, is it beat first or is it words first? You come in with something on your head.
Sure. I can't. One for Too Many for the outro to the project. I had that written already. I had that memorized in my head already.
Okay, so that one was the one that was different.
That's just the one.
Mm-hmm.
And
but everything
that's also
else.
one of the more popular songs off the project too, which is shocking to me. But
hey, man, the project is crazy. You know I got some questions about that one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Man, so this is the follow-up to Separation. And first of all, because, Separation dropped in 2020, but Found in Me, bro, that's a beautiful piece of music.
Thank you, bro.
Beautiful piece of music. Like, that's one of the best songs I've heard, bro.
Shout out to Hayes, bro. I couldn't really do no wrong on that beat for real.
I'm gonna be honest, you did everything right though. Like it's not like maybe you could have did something different, but it's like I don't think you're right. It wouldn't have tarnished the track the way the beat was, but you played into it. I mean, from the chorus to the way you just had that whole like prayer thing laid out, bro. Yeah. And then you got that one part where I'm pretty sure you did it on purpose where you actually just say, Flex in one bar, 100 in another bar. You got Sinatra in one bar and then Vision in the last, or is that?
Nope.
I just be overanalyzing.
That's why I see that, but I'm finna stop doing it. The next person who puts something together,
you just gonna say yeah to it.
Yeah, because I don't like the intro. You shouldn't even ask artists, bro. You should because they gonna what you gonna now it's ruined. Now you don't look at it the same.
Damn, man. That's crazy.
Now I gotta listen back and see what the fuck you talking about.
It's crazy. I mean, maybe
bro, them do that. The guys do that all the time. They be like, "Hey, you meant this when you said that?" I'll be like, "No, but that shit do that would have."
But
been
I mean,
nice,
shit, if it rocked,
it worked. I still said it though.
You did exactly, man. But
that wasn't intentional though.
Oh man, well that's even crazier. Yeah, we got to talk about that off camera. I'll play you the part that I'm talking about.
You got to point it out to me.
But so to dive back into Beyond Measure here, this promo you all have, I love when Rich Vision anybody's dropping because y'all are all about to push this project, to see those texts coming up for the make a song about me, bruh, I was dying on social media, and then it was followed by an amazing track. Like, what was the idea behind that? How'd that idea come up? How'd you come up with that idea?
Well, I didn't come up with the idea myself. I'll take credit for naming that song. If you listen to that song, you would have thought the song was called. If you listen without knowing the title, you would have thought that the title would be like Type of Phone, or This Ain't That Type of Phone, or something based around that. I know that I never make music for women. Usually, like I don't have like no songs that like. You feel me? Like I don't have like no slow, like you feel me, romantic
that
type
ballad
of song.
love songs.
I don't really got none of those. So I knew if I named it "Make a Song About Me," which is also stated in the song, I knew it would be attention grabbing.
Because they'd be like, "Oh, is he about to?"
Exactly. They're gonna be like, "This is it. He finna do it finally." So I know my folks waiting on me to do that. So I just played on that.
Man.
So my social media, my marketing manager, Yadi, she I did that. I took care of that part. I knew it was important to name the song that, but everything else, the whole text thread and shit, that was all my social media marketing.
It came up so smooth, man. Shout out to your social media manager, man.
Yeah, she got them bitches. Because shout out to Yadi. She's
like
nice.
that set this hype, and then on top of that, you're always dropping music videos. So just to see like music videos coming out right after was so dope. But like just to see how you all as Rich Vision move, and just to see everybody having that on the story, I couldn't go through my Instagram without hearing that this song was coming up. So it was dope to get all of that pre-project.
That was also my first single too. Any project, I'm the EP king. I
got so you just give them the EP?
EPs, but I usually just give them the whole thing. Like I think of EPs as like a pack of singles.
Yeah.
On the EP, in my brain, only one or two of these songs really need to work.
Yeah.
They let them pick one, and then we win. If one of them stick, then we won. Because it's such a small investment. It's only 4 or 5 songs. I didn't bust my ass to make.
Yeah, you didn't try to make a conceptual project start to finish.
I didn't put blood, sweat, and tears into making it.
It was like these a couple tracks we was vibing with. Do you like them?
Yeah, I try on them, of course, but like the idea is just to make sure that at least one of them sticks. So usually we just throw that shit out there. But this time, shout out to Yachty again for the idea of having a single and picking this as the single, you know what I'm saying, to create momentum and just get people like emotionally involved. Because we knew what people was gonna think when they
man, I was ready for it right after I heard the single. Because it was just like, what is he about to do? And then we got the David Beckham joint on there, man. That one is going crazy. That's actually the one that was playing when I walked in.
Be the single. That was gonna be the single, but for your singles, you should go with for your single, you shouldn't go with the best song. You should go with the most marketable song.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's some free game for anybody watching on that one. Yeah. Because, I mean, that was a dope marketing scheme that you came up with there, man. Now, I do want to ask a more specific question. This one's about the bars, but it's not a deep dive. Okay. On Motives, you said they tried to sign me for 10,000. Bitch, I wish I would. I would not. What's the number to sign Flex Sinatra for?
A lot. But not too much though. A lot, but not too much because you got to recoup that advance. So I don't want the multi-million-dollar advance, but 6 figures for sure.
So 6 figures, they can't come with the 10 bands.
Yeah, 6 figures. I'll just say that. Nah, 10 bands ain't gonna do it.
I feel you.
For 10,000.
What kind of deal would you sign? So what would be your perfect deal right now as far as your
deal where I get to retain ownership to everything I've done so far? I got any deal that don't take too much from me.
True.
Deals. The music industry, the industry standard deal take a lot from the artist who they view as like, you hot and we like your music and we believe in you, but you ain't really did nothing. So and
they hand you like enough up front to feel like you got something, but they really collecting the back.
Here's a check, but on the back end, this shit really not.
You don't own nothing in that back section.
And we own your name and likeness, and we taking this and that. Standard deals give up entirely too much. The right deal for me is the deal where we able to retain the shit that we built. You know, it just don't make sense.
I mean, yeah, because you did that. Like they weren't even involved, especially in the back catalog.
Yeah.
So I understand that. So you have to get, the 6-figure deal, retain all the ownership.
Facts.
And that's the deal for you?
Facts. Maybe not even all of the ownership, but like y'all not finna take.
Like don't come over here and cap.
Yeah, we not doing that. We could work out something. Whatever makes sense. All deals is different, but that the 10K thing, we ain't doing that.
Not at all. So would you be interested in being signed in the future, or are you trying to rock it independent or stay with like this Rich Vision collective type thing, just rocking that by yourself?
Even when I do, I'm gonna eventually sign. Like, okay. Inevitably, we gonna end up partnering with a larger company one day. But
even if it's just for something like distribution or marketing and things of that nature.
Empire with a distribution deal or some shit. But in some facet, we're going to definitely end up doing the deals at some point. As long as we just going to make sure in the deal, Rich Vision get to stay Rich Vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the biggest part. I mean, you all have built something crazy there.
Yeah, it's just, we really building this shit brick by brick. So it's like, why would we, we're not building it up to leave it high and dry, you know what I'm saying? Whoever signed me got to take on my imprint as well, our imprint, and it just got to make sense. Everything that we built so far have to stay intact.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Now, if I could ask you, how did you get started in Rich Vision, or what's the story there?
So, P started Rich Vision. P was the rapper before everybody, right?
Yeah.
We like this being around him. He got me to rap. Now we rapping together. We started as a duo.
So Rich Vision was just Flex and P.
It wasn't even Rich Vision at the time. We had a whole different name. It was just like Rich Vision is a label, like a lifestyle brand. It was just like a duo. It was on some Ray Strimmer type shit.
Gotcha.
So it was just that, no business involved. We new rappers. We kids. Damn near,
just trying to try it.
Yeah, we just rapping. P was like, I ain't fucking with it. Like, I'm going to fall back. I ain't really finding myself as quick as you. I'll be like, but you got that shit, though. So I'm going to, instead of just completely separating from it, I'm going to get behind you.
Okay.
On some, you could call it management if you want. I don't know what you want to call it. We don't got to put a title on it, but I'm behind you. I'm going to put everything, all of my energy and
it was
strength.
That belief right there. It was like, you got it.
If you know P, bro, you know how, like, that shit meant the world to me because if you, like, I'm telling you, that man was rapping. P know basketball, P love sports, and P love music, bro.
That's it right there.
That's why he worked for House of Highlights because he was gonna end up in some type of situation like that because that's just he didn't get lucky. That nigga really know that shit like the back of his hand. He really loved that shit for real.
He hustled for it.
So he didn't completely fall back from the music world. He just said, I'm gonna reposition myself. So he got behind me and boom, now that he not in rapper mode for real, I guess, we needed he looking at himself like it's business time. So Rich Vision was the brand name that he came up with and started with me and him. And
man, I didn't know you were there from the very beginning, but you was there before. You was there before. It was Rich Vision.
Yeah, from day zero I was there, and then it started with us too. Then Go Hayes was the next edition. Then it kind of spiraled out of control.
Yeah, I was about to say y'all crazy, man.
We getting a little deep now. It's about 13.
Everywhere I look, I'm like, oh, you Rich Vision too? Okay, man, go crazy. Like I'm finding out new stuff.
That's the core though, right there. That's the beginning. That's the genesis of Rich Vision.
That's that generation one.
Yeah.
Okay, next question is, what is your dream project? What's the features, the producers? You got a studio in mind you want to be at? What's the dream project, the perfect flex?
My dream project is that's a good question too. I've never been asked that. My dream project is I know that the shit that me and bro been working on. If you know me, you know that 90% of my production is done by the same person.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Me and Hayes then built some crazy shit thus far. So and I feel like our music it ain't always been the best, but like maybe not in the earlier days, but we always had something. And
It was always y'all was creating this machine.
Exactly.
Like,
so from then to now, where we at now, we ready for like I believe we ready for the grand stage and critical acclaim. So my dream project would be with bro. You know what I'm saying? With the same team that we've been with the same members that we've been doing this shit with, just with the look we deserve. You know
that's what's up. So the dream project is same team,
it's us on a different level at a different scale,
on a different pedestal with it.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. That's one of the best answers right there. G. Just using the homies, but I mean, it seems like a lot more people answer that way now. It seems like people are more invested in that's having the right people around you early.
We just had a meeting and we was we was just talking and shit, just chopping it up. The whole team, like, the whole Rich Vision team, we had a little
y'all had a whole Zoom screen full of niggas.
we was in person. We actually met in real life.
Man.
Yeah, which was hard because
I was about to say that's a lot of schedules.
Yeah, facts. But it worked out. Everybody showed up, and one of the things that was said was like, man, like your team, the people across from you, can be enough if it's the right people and if y'all really on to something for real. Everybody look up. Everybody wanna, every artist want a feature from him. Every producer want a placement with him, man. Nothing is wrong with that.
And it's like you got it's in the room already.
Nothing is wrong with that, but don't overlook the people to your left and right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can definitely be accomplished from the people who already, you know what I'm saying, sitting across from
you already building something with them. So it's almost like your next evolution is to take the step with them.
Exactly.
Man, that's crazy. That's so dope to have people on that journey with you, especially after you explaining how y'all came up together with this Rich Vision. Like, that's a very like powerful team right there. That's so dope.
Yeah.
Like, just
all organic too, bro. We don't recruit. We don't be looking for like, all right, we need a DJ. We need this, that, and the third. Everybody who with us.
Everybody right there at the table.
It just happened. All organically.
That's so dope, man. It's so dope to have all of that come together, to see all of those creatives like in the same space. Now, what's the vibe creatively for you? Now, and I mean that in the sense of, what do you do to make sure you got the bars ready? What do you do to make sure you ready on the beat? How do you keep the creativity in check? Meditation.
No, the worst shit I could do is not rap for too long. As long as I'm in rhythm.
It's like riding a bike. You just got to keep doing it.
As long as I'm in rhythm. I heard J. Cole say that on his documentary when he was like he dropped that shit a couple days before the off season.
Yeah.
The off-season dropped.
He dropped one before For Your Eyes On. I think he dropped one before.
He always do that.
2014.
Yeah. But he was like, man, it's like, it's like motherfucking basketball. You just got to stay in rhythm. If you just keep the longer you stay away from it, the harder it is to trust yourself. Now you second guessing lines and shit, and you don't know if it's hard to be fluent when you've been away from it for a long time. So I don't do nothing to prepare. I just make sure
that you don't stop it.
Make sure that I do my due diligence and stay active as much as I can.
It's almost like just keeping the wheels turning at all times.
Unless nothing is clicking, then the best thing I could do is step away from it. You got to know when to stay in rhythm. And
when it's not clicking, what's the vibe? What do you do when you step away? Do you listen to some whole other stuff?
Exactly.
Like, you put some Mary J. Blige on
exactly,
now.
But I try to get far away.
I don't even want to hear rappers right now.
Yeah, for real. Like, dead ass though. I'll turn on some shit that I probably would normally listen to. I just try to get out of my element completely and come back to it. Or I'll just listen to. I don't think any rappers sound like me, so I could just listen. I listen to other people. Some of my favorite rappers. You feel? I listen to some shit that I regularly listen to.
Who are some of your favorites?
Right now, my newest favorite is Babyface Ray. That's my boy. I like him. And Dirk is the.
He's going stupid now.
At the end of my shit every year for the past 4 years, Apple Music tell you your most listened, it's been Dirk for
just always Dirk.
Yeah, consistently. I'd listen to Dirk more than most niggas. Meek too. Meek been my favorite rapper since I was.
The new Meek project was nice.
It was nice.
I fuck with it.
The ones that's good is good.
That's
We'll say
man,
that.
you hit that on the head. I don't even want to go deeper. You know?
We'll just say that.
The ones that was good was real good,
real
man.
good, and I'll be just spinning them bitches constantly.
Okay, my man. Now look, I only got a few more questions for you, and the one that I feel like I gotta ask before I get out of here is, where did the name come from?
So my government name, my real.
You don't gotta say it if you don't want to,
I ain't
but
gonna say my real. I ain't gonna say my full name. Even that shit on my songs and shit though. That shit is documented. But my last name is Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So my Twitter name was Flex Washington on some goofy shit. You never seen 1-on-1 before?
Yes.
Yeah, 1-on-1.
That laugh from the background for bro.
Just throw some goofy shit. Just throw some goofy shit, man. You know how Twitter be, bro. You know what I'm saying?
These TV show names.
So a blog was asking the producer that I was locked in at the time, J Neal. They like, hey, what's up with homie you be working with, the Flex nigga? He like, who the fuck is that? Because I had another name at first, and he like, yeah, some niggas was up here calling you Flex the other day. I'm like, oh, they must be calling me my Twitter name, but I was looking for a new name, so I just ran with that.
You just ran with it, and then when did you add the Sinatra? What was that part about?
Sinatra was just like a motherfucking, kind of like an alias. That, you know how Future called himself Future Hendrix?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I feel that.
Gucci
Mane, LaFleur. Niggas be just adding
so
shit
Flex
to their name.
Flex is the main name.
Flex
and
was the main name. I just officially add. That's just some shit I used to call myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All rappers be having some extra shit that they call.
Yeah, because I mean, like on Twitter and on Instagram, it was 100 Flex.
I just needed to. I wish them names, them motherfucking them ad names, them handles wasn't taken already. The Flex Sinatra names wasn't taken.
Yeah.
I would take that 100 off my name completely if I
could.
Yeah,
but it's like, bro,
a lot of people
every
think my
tag
name
out
100
here is
Flex.
taken.
Yeah, they all took. But the what's the name said though, since I added Sinatra, which I just did, motherfucking, for this project. Like I just
really, I didn't know that was just this project.
Yeah, I just updated that. I just officially made Sinatra.
Because I noticed when it's in Apple Music, it does say Flex Sinatra.
I had to update that. That shit took some months to transfer over, and not some months. That shit took some weeks to like update and shit. But
that process dealing with them is pretty bad. Dealing with Apple and trying to upload any content,
anything when you can't get the people on the phone and you got to do any email.
Oh yeah, and Apple don't take a call.
Man,
they don't take a call.
You definitely can't call Spotify and Apple Music. That shit definitely did. You definitely need some industry connects for that. So, but it's done now. I think we about updated everything straight now.
That's what's up. So that's the name we're going by forever now. It's
Flex
the Flex Sinatra.
Yeah, because it's a lot of flexes. When you would search me, it was just hard to search me. So I needed to put. I was supposed. This is years overdue. I should have been putting Sinatra on the end of my name.
You should have already did it. I
should have been did. I don't know why the fuck I've been calling myself Flex Sinatra for years now.
And that's why I assumed the whole name was always Flex Sinatra. Like, it's crazy to me that I'm like, you just changed it.
Some people know me as Flex. Some know me as Flex Sinatra. Some know me as 100 Flex. I should have been just made
just
it
give everybody one name to go by.
Yeah, I should have been did it, but better late than never though.
Hey man, look, it got done. Now, what's next for Flex? What's on the way? We got new videos, we got new music, features, anything coming out?
Just music. I mean, I got I'm in a great space, and I got here from consistency. So it don't really make no sense to stop now. It's just not the time to stop. I know when it's time to stop. You can't oversaturate yourself.
Yeah, definitely. But it don't feel like time to let up.
Too much. But we always been good at filling it out, examining the motherfucking field and knowing when it's time to go, when it's time to relax, when it's time to work. Like, we know what to do and when. And it's Beyond Measure was supposed to be my last offering of the year, but nah.
Oh man, come on, the year, it's October already. We getting another one?
Not another project,
but just some more tracks,
but some more songs.
Man, that's what's up, G.
Y'all gonna look up and see a cover art and a who knows?
It's gonna be a post soon.
There's only 2 more months left in the year, basically. So soon.
Hey man, that's what's up. I'm excited for it, man. Now, every episode I got an outro track where I let the artist pick one of their songs that we can go ahead and put up here, and you can let them know anything you got coming up, performances, videos, or anything, and then let us know what outro track we're using today, my man.
I ain't got really nothing on the schedule for real as far. I'm just working, man, to keep up the consistency, make sure I close out the year the way that a year like this should be closed out, and that's really it. So we just working, and y'all are, pretty soon. I don't know when it's coming out, but if ain't no music out when y'all see this, then
it's more on the way.
It will be in a second. And that's all. Y'all can just expect that. And for the outro track, we should do "Founded Me."
Let's do it, man.
So you can point out this.
I'm gonna point it out too, man. Hey, look, thank you all for tuning in, man. Thank you, Flex, for coming on to the show. The track we got coming up is "Found in Me," man. This track right here is one of my favorites from Separation, man. Thank you again for coming on, and we out. Deuces.
Oh man. Oh man. I got this rap shit in the headlock. I mean, what more can I say? The most important out my city since yay. And we ain't